Welcome to the setup and configuration video for the AT-USB-EX350 kit. The Atlona AT-USB-EX350 kit is a data-only USB extender kit that supports transmission of 5 gigabits per second, USB 3.2 Gen 1 data up to 330 feet, using a single, cost-effective Category 6A UFTP cable. We will need to access the web server for the USB-EX350 kit. Out of the box, the unit will be set to DHCP, so it is encouraged that you connect to a network which gives out IP addresses. You can use the IP mode to switch between static and DHCP or to reset the system back to factory. To reset the IP mode or login credentials, you can press and hold the IP mode button on the front of the unit for 10 seconds. If you need to reset the entire device back to factory settings, press and hold for more than 15 seconds. All the status lights will flash and stop when it is fully reset. If you do not have a DHCP router and you set the device to static, it will use the self-assign range of 169.254 and you can scan your network. When you log in for the first time, the default password is Atlona with a capital A. You will be asked to set a new password. The first page is the system info, which gives you important information about the unit, including serial number, firmware, IP, and MAC address. It is encouraged to change the password to this web server to a company-specific password. If this password needs to be changed, you will do so here. This next tab is for the network. Here you can adjust the IP mode from DHCP to static and set the static IP information. We also allow for the unit to be set for 802.1x authentication. This would require an active authentication server. If you are unclear about the network's use of 802.1x authentication, consult your IT administrator for assistance. When setting this up, you can choose two methods. These will require a username and password, as well as a certificate from the server and the key, depending on the method you choose. The hostname is changed here to help identify the unit in our Velocity Device Manager, as well as other IP scanning tools. These are control protocols that allow a user to connect to the device using Telnet or SSH. Both are enabled by default. Telnet does not require authorization. SSH requires it by default. The Time tab allows for the setup of the current time and date of the unit. Since it is a network device, it can be connected to an NTP server if the network is connected to the internet. The USB section looks at the USB power, USB version, and information. In the power, you can determine if you want the VBus power to follow the host, or you can set it to always be high or always low. Each USB device port may be set separately depending on the device need. On the USB Info tab, you see the connection status for the host and the device. It will also let you know if a device has disconnected. The USB Topology will show you if the port is coming through as a USB 2 or USB 3 and its speed. When connecting USB 2 devices, you can only have a total of 7 maximum connections. The data is sent in 3 speeds. FS is full speed. LS is low speed. These devices are keyboards, mice, and older USB peripherals. HS, or high-speed endpoints, are items like hard drives and cameras. In endpoints send data to the USB host. Out endpoints send the data from the host. There is a limitation of the number of endpoints that may be connected. If you exceed this number, it can cause USB devices to drop off or not act as expected. Here we have a mouse, a camera, and a hard drive connected to our EX350. The mouse is the only USB 2 device, but it uses 3 FSLS in endpoints. USB 3.0 allows for 126 endpoints, and it would be very difficult to get that many endpoints connected to the EX350 device. Use this section to determine if you are having any issues with your USB devices. The RS-232 port on the USB-EX350 allows you to control a third-party device through TCP Proxy. On this tab, you want to check the code. You can send it from here and make sure your cable and pinout is correct, and then the programmer will know that this connection is good. The Maintenance tab shows more system information, but this is also where you would update the firmware on the device. The firmware will usually include both the host and the device firmware as one compressed packet that can be downloaded from the product page on Atlona.com. Here is where you can factory reset the kit as well as do a soft reboot. The Log tab will give you a zip file for both the main host and device units that may be used by the tech support teams if necessary. For more information on the AT-USB-EX350 kit, you can find it on the product page for Atlona.com.